Whoop, 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 whoop. We are live at 5, even though it's live at 6. We're live at 6. So I am live right now. We can get it. Good evening, everybody. I'm telling the people that I'm here. YouTube is probably showing you an ad first. Uh-oh, I don't know what that is. I was trying to say I'm live, but I typed all the crazy letters, and that doesn't spell live. All right. It's Sunday evening. I just watched the Commanders lose just by a little bit to Pittsburgh. I think the Commanders got robbed, to be honest. I feel like they got robbed. The boy who fumbled at the 1-yard line, even though he really didn't fumble, they wrestled with him long enough that they really should have blown the whistle and they should have called that down. But they didn't. And then by the time the ball was loose, they gave it back to the other team. They gave it to Pittsburgh. And I felt like that was not the way. Okay. And then Pittsburgh got a touchdown. The Commanders couldn't answer back. Then they had the boy that was almost at the first down. He literally was right at the first down line. They determined that he was short at the end of the game. It's all in the fourth quarter. That's all I watched was a little bit of the fourth quarter. And I felt like they were doing fine, but they didn't agree. So I believe Pittsburgh won that one. I think Pittsburgh got that one. And the Commanders, I don't know if Janae is here. Your Commanders, I feel like they got robbed, Janae. They got robbed. Let me see if I think I'm typing this right. Okay, I was trying to get into there. Okay. So I see a few of you are here. It's Sunday, November the 10th. Almost halfway through the month. Last week, whew, Lord, we had I know you said stick to the market, please. I think y'all got robbed. I think you really got robbed. So I'm here for sympathy. These are sympathy pangs, basically. Okay, sympathy pangs. Oh, I was going here. Let's go look and see what last week had to offer. We had the election last week. That seemed to cause a little bit of a run. And then we had, let me share my screen. And then we had FOMC. FOMC came out the next day or so. And nope, that screen. And then they lowering the basis points by 25 caused the market to run. I believe we made it above 5,900. I guess I could probably put this here so I can see what we're talking about. See what we did last week. Come on. Keep up. What are we on? Let's go to a daily chart. Monday down here, clearly coming out of a support area, clearly bouncing off of support, right? So it did this on Monday. This is SPX we're looking at. Tuesday, green, big old gap jumped for Wednesday. This, of course, the election was Tuesday, and then Tuesday night, we had a big old jump up over the resistance area here. Gap right up over it. Come on. Grab this so I can move it. There we go. And then this was Wednesday. Another gap up for Thursday. FOMC, Friday. We went as high as 6,012. We went as high as 6,012. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Janae. I said hi to you. Hey, Ward. How y'all doing? How are y'all doing? That's what last week looked like in SPX. We are at or right at all-time highs. Let's go look at a 30-minute chart because it hit that. As I said, it probably was going to hit it and come back. Generally, it don't run across a new barrier and keep running. It's got to bump up there and go, oh, let's see. let's see, kind of a price discovery. So we closed on Friday at below 6,059.95, but we're right there at it. Of course, it will try it again, but we just came out of a this is a resistance zone now. It has been created. So now it's got to come. Well, we're coming right back into support. Support right here at the 59.93, and the wick went right down into the 59.93 and then rejected there. So we'll see what happens with that in the coming week. All right. That is SPX. Let's go see what the Qs look like last week. Kind of has a bit of a similar look, doesn't it? Has a bit of a similar look. Triple Qs. Let me take us to a daily chart before I start putting some lines on here. Same. Okay, there's a little bit of a gap close here and open there. That's a gap that needs to be filled. Close to the open. That's a gap that needs to be filled. Close to the open. That's a gap that needs to be filled. All of those need to be filled. This one here, I guess you can call it completely filled now because it got filled with this, and then this part here that was the price action there had filled that gap as well. We're outside of that broadening formation we were looking at on triple Q. It's right outside of that. Doesn't mean it can't pull back into there, but it's out of there for now. Okay, so let's look at the 30-minute chart so we can put some resistance lines on here. Looks like 514 and some change. 514.92 was the all-time high now, and we've got support at 512.77. And we've got a gap down here. There's something else in this area here. I'm sorry if that's super small for y'all. 512 and some change. That's what triple Q looked like last week. Let's go to IWM. Take it to the daily. Show what we did last week. Listen, if you made some money last week, put me some information in the chat that you made some monies. It didn't close there. It went up above 6,000, but it didn't close there. If you made some money as a seller and some seller trades, maybe you can share with us what you did. Share with us where you made some dollar bills, yo. You can share with us. Honey, I'm on my call. Okay. You can share with us how it all went. How your monies went. Did you get you some money? We can't sing the whole song. We already talked about that. Can't be singing the whole song. This is the daily chart. Monday, Tuesday. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Monday, Tuesday. Jump up Wednesday. Now, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday kind of hovered here. They didn't do the same thing as, this is IWM though, small cap. Hey, Deborah. It didn't do the same thing that SPX did and open up and run. It gapped up and it kind of got a little bit of, kind of came back down into the gap a little bit there, but didn't feel it. I'm going to put another candle on, another gap on here, letting us know what's actually left of the gap. That's actually what's left is this part here. All right. 238 was as high as it went. IWM. Nobody wanted to work iron condors last week. And just to give you for those of us or you who do iron condors and do the 1 DTEs on SPX, SPY, triple Q, IWM, anytime, I will tell you, just moving forward, if there's some significant event happening in the week, you might consider pausing while you let that event settle down. Like election was an event, and I think Selena's on here, and Selena took a pause on hers. Election was on here last week, and we had FOMC last week. But anytime you've got those binary events, basically, then it's strong movements of volatility will happen in one direction or the other. And your, credit spreads or iron condors for sure are great when price is just kind of doing its thing. But if it's going to run hard in one direction or the other, an iron condor may not be the way. If in those situations, maybe you pause Peakbot and you just go with one side. If you still want to be able to trade it, you just go with one side. That's definitely a way that you can do that. All right. If you're hanging out, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Okay, let's see what we got here. We got us some, okay, cancel. All right, it looks like 238.18 is resistance at this point. 238.18 came back, but it tested it again. We'll see what happens with small cap, but you can see that it is moving in an upwardsly trending way, right? If we were to catch our line, okay, give me what I want. I want a trend line. It's a trend line. There we go. We could do it this way. I'm not sure. Let me go see them to put on the daily chart and see what we see on our trend line. Yeah, that still actually is working. You see, IWM doesn't run hard like that. It's just kind of been consolidating as far as this goes, but getting in this wide of a spread. So the low is 215 and the high is 226. Actually, that's not that big of a spread, but it has stayed in there for a while, and then it popped out with everything else last week. Okay, popped out last week with everything else. Yeah, definitely put it on pause, save your coins. And if you still see something you like, then just trade it manually, but trade one side or the other. Don't try to do the iron condor, because it's probably going to operate like a trend, some kind of trending standpoint. So that's wise counsel. Okay, that's wise counsel there. Let's see, what do we have coming up this week? What's coming up this week? Where is my screen? Nope, that's not it. I need the one that gives me my meetings. Coming this week, Monday or tomorrow is going to be a bank holiday, right? Monday's a bank holiday, so there won't be any things that are going to happen tomorrow, but the market's still open. It's Veterans Day. And I want to say thank you to all the veterans who watch our channel. I appreciate your service. My children and my husband are veterans, so we're, military family. I'm not military, not prior military, but I'm around them, so I feel like I was in because I'm with them. But thank y'all for your service. Appreciate you. Tomorrow we'll have a day off. Veterans, my daughter, even though she's complaining about how come her company's not closed, even though the majority of the people who work there are veterans, but they're not closed. She's got to go work. Monday, bank holiday. Tuesday, the major thing that's happening on Tuesday is we've got FOMC members that are going to be speaking. Waller will speak at 10. Barkin will speak at 10:15. 2 o'clock, Kashkari. 5, which is after market close, will be Harker and Barkin. Those are going to be on Tuesday. Cleveland Fed inflation expectations. That's all Tuesday, right? Wednesday, CPI. Notice these red folders. Oh, I like that, Janae. Between calls and puts. Yes. Okay, so Wednesday we've got CPI before the market opens. Selena or whoever else is trading 1 DTEs, I would be mindful of this pre-market red information. So I might consider not doing Tuesday on the 1 DTE, right? Just wait and trade on Wednesday. Trade while you're there, because this something happens before market opens, and then when the market opens, it could be have moved one way or the other. Sometimes nothing happens, but most times than not, something does happen. At 9:45, we've got Logan speaking. Musalim is speaking at 1. Schmid, this is a name we haven't seen it before, is at 1:30. And federal budget balance at 2 o'clock. That's all on Wednesday. Thursday, we've got 7 o'clock. Kugler is speaking. PPI is happening before the market on Thursday. So, again, I would leave it paused I would pause it on Tuesday and pick it back up on Friday. All right. On Friday at 12 o'clock. I wouldn't pick up like Thursday for Friday. I would pick it up on Friday. PPI is here. 10:30 natural gas storage, crude oil inventories. Powell is speaking at 3 o'clock on Thursday. Powell speaks at 3 o'clock on Thursday. 4:15, FOMC member Williams speaks. And then Friday morning, again, first thing in the morning, we've got core retail sales. These are all things that move the market. Empire State Manufacturing Index, import prices, 10 o'clock, business inventories, capacity utilization. So this week is also going to have its share of volatility. Monday, of course, won't be much. Well, you think it won't be much because everything's closed, but the volume may be low. Doesn't mean things won't go in one direction. So you want to be wise, be watching. Tuesday, not as much happening from a volatility standpoint, but you're going to want to, be wise again, trade wisely. And then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we've got red folders. Okay, we've got red folders all those days. So we don't want no problems. We don't want no problems. We're looking at the earnings. Let's see what's going on with earnings. Let me close this off so everybody can see, mainly me. Okay. Monday.com is Monday morning before open. ICL, Aramark, Lincoln Tech, Global Ship Lease, GSL, New Welles, Rockwell Medical, Radnet, Sapiens, and Bridgestone are all Monday before the market opens. Monday after close, we've got Zeta, Grab, Luminar, Live Nation, Assertio, Angie Home Services, Assured Guaranteed, Double Down, EGY, Valco Energy is what that is. And then Stereo Taxis. Stereo Taxis. Wonder what that is. Just curious. I'm curious. All righty. So Tuesday morning, probably being anticipated is Shopify. Shopify is Tuesday morning before market opens. Plug, in the electric space. Home Depot, SEA or SE. ON. Hertz is Tuesday before market. Novavax, Bitfarms. I think Bitfarms is a crypto thing. Altimmune, Chronos Group. That's all Tuesday before the market opens. Tuesday after close, SoundHound. SoundHound is definitely a crypto related thing. I wonder what is the current price of SoundHound? It was doing it was $3 or $4 there for a while. Let me do a quick look to see what is the. What are you doing? Well, I can just do it real quick because I'm right here. My Thinkorswim is open. Let's go see what SoundHound. I'll come back to the earnings in two shakes. SOUN. $7. Look at SoundHound. Been on the move. SoundHound's been on the move, especially Thursday and Friday. I think crypto or Bitcoin is right at $80,000. It's running, right? So SoundHound has been moving nicely. I think it was in the $3 or $4 range. It was not long ago. This is October. It was $4.50 and now it's $7. That's a $3 move. So they're going to have earnings. SoundHound, there's another gap here, but it's a little bitty one now that remains to be filled. I think they're maybe they're not at an all-time high because I don't see that. You know how when it's at an all-time high, they give you, there it is. They give you the little thing that puts the price on it. Back here in March, we were at the $9 mark. Back here in March, we were in the $9 area. It's coming into a resistance area of 746. See how it bumps across for earnings. Let me see if I get a line here. I thought there might be something in here. Okay, this is the green. Are those moving average? I need to know where the price is. Is it here? It is. Yep, we definitely are in a resistance zone. Right here with these two peaks. And then we've got more at 832. Right? Turn it back. Anytime you get to a chart and you're not sure what's going on with the candles, you can always turn it to a line chart and look for the peaks and the valleys. Yeah, Tanya. Oh, wow. Yeah, because I actually had SoundHound. It's been a while now that I was trading SoundHound, but I think last time they had earnings, I was trading SoundHound. All right. So that is Tuesday after close. Marathon or Mara is going to be there. Another crypto Kava. Anybody eating at that Kava? I think it's a restaurant. CAVA. I think it's food. Spotify is here. Oxy's in the energy space, I believe. RKLB, Biostem, Rocket Companies, Wolf, Terra Wolf, and Instacart is on Tuesday after the close. Wednesday before market opens is Hut 8. Now, for those who are wanting to really like avail yourselves of some crypto related things, you see that there's a bunch of different things that are on the block, right? Mara, Clean Spark. I'm not sure if Clean Spark is reporting this week. Hut 8, SoundHound. These are ones that you might want to be, researching. I don't give any investment advice, but you might want to research them. We got Hut 8 Wednesday morning, CyberArk, Liquidia, Hive, Tower Semiconductors. Don't know if we ever heard of them. TSEM, Tower Semiconductors. Strata System, Fulcrum Therapeutics, Innovis Technologies, Arcos, Dorados, and Bitcoin Depot, BTM. Wednesday after close, we've got Cisco, D-Local, KULR, Beezer Homes, Optimize RX, BioNano, Smith Micro Software, Capricorn, and Tetra Tech, and HP. Guess that would be Hewlett Packard. And then Thursday morning, we've got Disney, Talent Energy, Intuitive Machines, JD, Nice, Advanced Auto Parts, Billy, So Good, SOWG, NetEase Games, and Ocular Therapeutics. Thursday after close, we've got Applied Materials, AMAT, which I think is in the semiconductor space. AST Space Mobile, Oclo, Despegar, Post. I'm thinking Post is the food, right? The people who make cereal. Globant, IZEA, Innovio, iPower, and Origin. And then Friday before the market opens, we've got Alibaba, AIM, Immunotech, Spectrum Brands, Wisa, Biopath Holdings, and Nexen. What are you all thinking about? What are you all thinking would be a good, or do you trade earnings? What might be good to watch for even after earnings to ride? You like Kava? What kind of stuff do you eat at Kava? Tanya said she ate it when she came to Florida. Yeah, I thought I've seen it here, but I've never eaten there. I may have to go and check it out. What kind of stuff do they sell at Kava? But tell me what earnings trade here that might be something you would trade after it had earnings. Right. So for credit spread, you want to know if you get into it earlier, it's probably not going to draw down to close by the time it has earnings. So you could just wait till after earnings and then jump on and ride. I was always a big fan of Plug for a long time, and then the electric space kind of went to and then I liked Oxy, Mara. I traded Mara a lot. SoundHound, I just mentioned that one. But I'll look at a couple of these maybe for after to put in our sim and see what we're going to do, what we want to do there. Okay. So I put out some videos this week. Kava has salads. Kava might be up after earnings. Okay. I put out some videos this week. One of them is 5 post-election stocks to trade. I've got that up. I posted that earlier this week. It might have been Tuesday. I think I posted it. I also have, is the strat for option sellers? Is the strat for option sellers? The answer is yes, but I do want you to watch the video because it talks about exactly how you would use the strat for selling, right? Janae says Cisco should be good. AST or Bitfarm, Selena says, oh yeah. And then I also posted using VWAP for credit spreads. We've talked a good bit about VWAP in our community, especially during the charting challenge. VWAP was one of the things that we worked on one of our days was VWAP. So yeah, using VWAP. All these videos are on my channel. Feel free to go over, watch the video. Let the ads play. Let the ads play. Yes, let the ads play while you continue to do that. The E2T morning show. Jamie designed this graphic, by the way. The E2T morning show with Jamie is gonna change times and change the days, right? Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9:20. The E2T morning show with Jamie will be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9:20. It'll be on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, which are 3 places that we stream to anyway. We stream to YouTube, his channel and mine. We stream to my Facebook group, my Educator to Trader group, and I stream to my Twitter. So if you're in any of those places, you are welcome to join us. Okay, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9:20 a.m. All right. If you got any questions, comments, please do put them in the chat so that way we can see what's going on. What's going on? Okay, here's our list for this week. Option seller trade ideas. Who made money off this list last week? Y'all never did say whether you made money off this list last week. I asked 2 questions, I think, in a short order. I think I got a message from Tanya. Thank you so much, Tanya, for your shout out. Tanya said she closed her Microsoft and got some munties and pushed her account up over the 4 figures. We love it. We love it. Yes. Put credit spreads. We've got Apple, AbbVie, AXP, BMY, which I'm not really sure who they are. Costco, CVX, which is Chevron, DIA, EEM, which is an energy, Guild and Gold, Goog and Google, both of those, IWM, JP Morgan, McDonald's, Morgan Stanley, Microsoft, Netflix is all on the put credit spread list. Philip Morris, Triple Q, SPY, Take Two, Texan. I think it's called Texan. Yeah. It's still the Texas Instruments. TXN is Texas Instruments. UPS, Visa, VOO, or VOO, XBI, XLF, XLI, and XLY are all on the put credit spread list. Selena said all profits in my simulator except the position that I posted. There we go. Now, I'm a fan of the sim. I've been in my sim for the last 3 weeks, actually, because I've completely determined that my teaching schedule is that one extra class bumped me over and threw my whole system out of whack. So I'm chilling. I'll probably step back in this week, maybe Wednesday or so, may come and do some like Wednesday Iron Condor, some Wednesday credit spreads that will just go till Friday. I may come back live, something like that. But I've been in my sim for the last several weeks. Call credit spreads. We got Johnson & Johnson, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Procter & Gamble, Ross, TLT, and Verizon. Those are all on the call credit spread list. And we've got 5 on the Iron Condor list: IBM, IYR, TJ Maxx, UNH, and XLU. All of the trades I had last week, or while I'm talking about this, if you see something on here you want us to chart or whatever, then let me know. Last week when all the things I did last week, all the Iron Condors I did last week, the put credit spreads did fine, but the call credit spreads, not so much. Call credit spreads, not so much. All those got breached. All the call credit spreads got breached last week because of all that big run up for the election and stuff I just mentioned. Okay, let's see what we would like to look at next week. I'm going to look at, I'll look at these indices, DIA. I will look at that one, right? I will look at SPY, of course, 591. I will look at the Qs at 507. I see Netflix is in the comments. Netflix 770. Netflix is a 5 spread up here in these streets. Cost is 920. It's also a 5 spread, big money grip. And Microsoft is 415. I got it. Okay. What else do we see here that I know I would look at? I wanted to look at VOO. We hadn't looked at that one. VOO is one of the ones when people get you a ETF. VOO seems to be one of the things that gets mentioned. What do you want to do? Anything on the call credit spread side? Procter & Gamble, maybe 170. I mean, Procter & Gamble. What else would maybe we look at over there? Goog. Tanya's got Goog on the list. 175. Coca-Cola, Pepsi. I probably would look at Procter & Gamble. I may look at Ross. Guess if you shop somewhere, you ought to, avail yourself of their stock. At least you'll feel like you're getting something back out the deal, maybe. And then the Iron Condor area, I like UNH, probably because that is my insurance company, but I don't like that it's a 5 spread. I don't like that part. I'm not a fan of that part. 630 is a call. Did I trade XLU before? I'm trying to think if I did. IBM is here. IYR TJ Maxx. TJ Maxx. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and start some looking. Okay. Let's go out of here and go grab our charts. We're starting. I'll start with DIA. Okay. DIA. Let's start there. Daily chart. Okay. Sorry. It went back a lot further than I thought. Oh, there we go. Okay, this is the daily chart for DIA. Close of a candle when you're charting gaps. The close to the open. Close to the open. And you can pull back off the wick, but that's the candle. That is it. Looks like this is going to be a chair where that red candle is. Definitely a sit down, take a seat. Right in here. Take a seat. Come on in. Take a seat. Right here. Okay, so that's 437. So if we're looking at DIA, I have DIA at 435 as your put credit spread strike, which is at the top of this gap. I can go with that, the top of the gap being support. Yep. So let's go and see 435. 435 on DIA. 76%. Let me make this bigger so y'all can see comfortably. For the people who may be on their phones, very large. Okay, so what did I say? 435. 435 is 76% probability out of the money. So we'll go with 434, 435. It's like it's paying $15. 15% return if you close it early. Of course, you can take that off of the trade, or you can widen the spread if you'd like. But 435 is that sale leg that you want to be concerned with, and make sure that we put on good till cancel so it'll pick up whenever, if that's tomorrow or whensoever. Okay, whensoever is not a word, but y'all know we just make up the words along the way here. Say, okay, whensoever, that's not a word. Tanya said I was going to say UNH till I saw it was 5. Yeah, that's a 5 spread. That's a 5 spread. But we're still going to look at it. Okay, this is... nope, not what I wanted. Let's put us a gap on here. Gap was created from Tuesday to Wednesday on... This is SPY, right? Yep. And actually, this gap hadn't been filled from last week. There was still a gap waiting that had partially been filled, but not fully. Okay, so let's put on these other little bitties gaps, these little bitties, because all of these still will need filling. All right, but we're looking, it's definitely still bullish. Nobody's saying that that's not the case. I don't think anybody's saying that. Not anybody with any, smart sense would say that. 591 is what I have for support area, which is right up here with the bottom of this gap. 591 is what I have as the strike, not 591 support area. 591 is the strike for SPY for Friday, right? So now you can trade it day to day to day, or you could just go on to the end of the week. Remember, Valerie did that, Janae and Tanya, and y'all were like, what? She did on SPX. Y'all were like, what? So 591 is 76% on Friday. Actually, it could potentially give you a little bit less stress because it's got the week to do its thing. right? 590, 591. I'm gonna put me a few more dollars on here and then make it good till cancel. Right, 590, 591. Put credit spread on SPY. Okay, let's look at triple Q. Triple Q. Let's look at triple Q. I already put some things on here. Probably would go with this same support area, 508, the top of this gap. It's going to pull back. It's just how far will it do that, right? Let's go to another time frame. Maybe we can see if it's going to ride if it's going to ride on a moving average. And it is. It's in the 20, between the 20 and the 9, which will play. The 20 will be like a lasso, pull it back in and then boost it. Notice we got a little bit of wick here. It's got a little, it might decide they want to go back up and try to 514 again. It might want to go up and try 514 again. Let's go see what's our single for Friday. You can go with 506 or 507. I have 507 on the graphic. 506 or 507. We got a IV of 8.8, which, you know, you can call that 9. So if you took 9 off here, that actually puts you at what, 505. 505 is at 80%. I'd want to be get a little closer. I'd want to be in the 505 and 506, 507. So I have 507 on the graphic, which is $18. I'm going to go with that because we are in the bullish season. Okay. We are in the bullish season. Okay, let's look at Netflix. Netflix. Okay, Netflix. Now, Netflix, I noticed something. We talked about this the other day, and we didn't come back to why Netflix could possibly be running. But when I was turning on my Netflix, guess what's getting ready to happen this week? The fight. Yeah, Mike Tyson is getting ready to fight on the 15th. Did y'all know that he was getting ready to have the fight? That's on Netflix. So that may be a boost for the Netflix. Now, this is definitely a hammer on the daily, and it could potentially push a little higher. 799.06 is its high. It didn't make it all the way up to 800, but I bet it's going to try. I bet it'll try to get on up there. So, but the 15th, I believe I saw them, was the 15th was when Mike Tyson is supposed to have his fight. Supposed to have a fight. Yes, he's supposed to fight that young guy. And we'll see how that goes. Okay, so IV, implied volatility, is plus minus 19. Taking away 19 here puts us at 776, right? 776. Right in here, 770, 775 in here. 80% is the probability out of the money at 775, which is what I have on our graphic is 775. Oh, no, that's not where I want to go. I want to go here. 770, 775. Now, if you go one more step down, it's a 2.5 spread, but you just know there won't be as much money there. So okay, I didn't mean to pick that. If you go to 770 as your sell leg and pick this 2.5 spread, that actually pays $24. So if you wait, if the price comes down some more and you pick it up for a few more dollars, that's only a 2.5 spread. But if you do 770, 775, that's $60 for a 5 spread. $60 for a 5, which is over 10%. Okay. You can do that. Or you could go down to the, 767 and 770. You could do that as well. Yeah, he's getting ready to fight. He's getting ready to have a fight. I want to say the 15th. He's at least 50. He's at least 50. Let's look at Costco. Hey, Alexa, how old is Mike Tyson?
Mike Tyson is 58 years old.
58. Thank you, Alexa. He's 58. No, sir. But he's going to fight. I don't want to believe it's the money. But y'all think it's going to be the money? I bet he's going to get paid. Gonna get paid. Costco is in the 900s. It went up to 962 on Friday. Talk about a run. Oh my goodness. It opened at 914. What happened on Friday that Costco ran like this? This was all Friday. It opened at 9:14 and went to 9:62. It pulled back. It closed at 9:40 something. But that's still, if you got in at 9:14 and it closed at 9:42, you still made $40, $30, $35, $40. Oh my goodness. What else could it be? Lisa Henry say, fighting like he's 20. Yeah. Well, Lord bless him. Bless him, Lord Jesus. Okay, so let's look at, I have 920 as it's a 5 spread up here. Like I said, that's 79% probability out of the money. It's a 5 spread up here. Okay, $85 for a 5 spread. That's like a 15% return. It's a little more than that, actually. It's a little more than 15%. Not quite 20, because 20 would be $100, but it's close. A little bit more than 15. We'll put Costco into our sim. I am subtracting the IV from the cost. I'm taking this IV, or this implied volatility plus minus number over here to the right. Oh, if you see my mouse moving over here, I take this number that's plus minus and subtract from the current price. But really what I'm looking at more so than that is I'm using the plus minus number as confirmation, but I'm really looking at this probability out of the money because this is tied to Delta. So I'm really looking at probability out of the money more so than I am the implied volatility number, but I'm using them both. All right. Selena says Costco sells gold bars. Really? I don't think I knew that. How much are the gold bars at Costco? How much are the gold bars? Okay, let's go to Microsoft. Microsoft. Nope, I don't want you to do that. Okay, we're going to grab you off of here, not you. You. Maybe. Okay. The gap is partially filled. Looks like we're about 75, 67%. If we really do like check the Fibonacci, it's probably right into the golden pocket. This is why it may be pulling back. This is the gap that remains on Microsoft. Resistance at 437 and also now resistance at the gap. Oh, come on. There we go. Resistance at the top of this gap now, 432. Microsoft is in the put credit spread arena. I've got 415 as the strike. 415 is down here where it dropped down on Halloween and then fell some more. Okay. Let's go look at 415, 78% probability out of the money. So 412.5, 415, vertical, paying about $35. Of course, market is closed. So these numbers are, left over from Friday. When the market opens on tomorrow, on Monday, price will move around a bit. And I want you, as I always say this, I want you to 2700. I want you to make sure that you check your chart again and see if you still agree with the strike. You can look at it at the time. Maybe you give it some time on Monday morning. You don't have to rush in. We don't have to rush into our seller trades too early. We got all week, right? And time decay is our friend. So you can wait till Monday afternoon. You can wait till Tuesday morning, see what Monday holds. We got time today, cuz we got time. We don't have to rush in. All right. But I want you to trade your trading plan. All right. So at support, a rejection of support, enter your put credit spreads. At a rejection of resistance, you want to enter your call credit spreads. Okay. I want you to do whatever it is that you've been doing that's comfortable for you, but I just want you to know that we don't have to rush into our trades first thing Monday morning because we are sellers. We are sellers. All right. So let's do this gap here. 530. Yep, 529, 530, all the way up to where the gap has now been filled up to 537, which that's right here in line with this resistance area. The top of the gap is right in line with this resistance area. There's also some resistance right in here in the 535 area. There's also some resistance in there. right? I got VU on the put credit spread list because it's still bullish. 542. Oh, 542 is up here. Wait, I didn't put all my gaps on. Hold it. Hold it a minute. I got a gap here. As they say, hold on. Hold on. Okay, I got a little bit of a gap here as well. 542 is what I have for 542.5 is what I have as my strike for VU. Let's look at single. 542.5 has 79% probability out of the money. Implied volatility of 8. So if you take 8, we're at 541. Kind of puts you in the same general vicinity. 542.5 is what I'm picking. So 540, 542.5, paying $65. Oh, Lord have mercy. Tanya, get your pencil. Tanya, get your pencil. A 2.5 spread paying $65. That is over 20%. Over 20%. Maybe about 25%, 23%. Or as the dude said, I think his name is Terry on maybe Terry K. Is he the one on TikTok? He's the one who does food, was doing food reviews. But that's VOO, VOO. All right, $65. Let's put this. I put a star on my list so I can see. So we can see. We can check that out when the market is open. We can check it out. Okay. Now we're looking at Google. Google and Google have very similar charts. And this week, the sales strikes for the put credit spreads were the exact same this time as far as probability how the money went. Okay, looks like this gap back here got closed. Looks like this gap is closed. And this gap, not yet. Let's see what this is all about. It got closed. Oh, no, it got closed because I see now the wick. There's a wick that's through it. Y'all see this wick right here? Almost all of it on this red wick. I hope if y'all can see that. It's kind of small. Almost all of this red wick here is through that gap. Okay. There's another one down here, though, that has not been closed. Not been closed. Here we go. There's another gap. So Google has some down here. Whether or not it'll come back and grab it remains to be seen. Something has to happen. Probably have to be a catalyst of some sort that would make it do that. I have 175 as my strike. 175 top of this gap. 175. It's the same for Google and Google. Tanya, do you see a different? It does seem a little high, Mr. West, Mr. Mac. Do you see a difference in premiums on Google? I might jump over there just to see what it looks like. 172.5 is what? No, sorry, 175 is a strike. 83% probability out of the money. So 172.5, 175 pays $21. Pays $21 now, but the market closed. But let's see what the Google with the L, what does it look like on the same strikes? 172, 175. Oh, that one pays better. Google pays better. GOOGL pays better. That other one was $21 and this one is $36. And they both 2.5 spreads. Yeah. Let's go look at our monitor tab. Our monitor tab tells us what we put in. Let me see. Am I in the right place? Yep. I meant to put those in the other margin one where when these go away. Oh, these are ones I put in here. They just haven't disappeared yet off the grid. But Google pays $21 for that 2.5, and Google is paying $36 for a 2.5 spread. Tanya, or I know Tanya trades. I'm calling Tanya's name because she trades Google. She says Google might have a few more dollars. Yeah, Google might have a few more dollars. Selena says, why is the gap important to highlight? Well, it's important because the gap will potentially provide support and resistance. It will provide, that's one thing it could do, is provide some support and resistance. So that way you can help it. It can maybe help you to set some zones. The second thing is once it gets in the gaps, you kind of maybe want to know how much, like what is it doing in the gap and how will it push through, or will it push through? So you highlight them to know that the gap is a place that is basically a vacuum, and nature abhors a vacuum. So the vacuums are going to want to be filled in time. So if the price gets back to it, it may try to fill this gap. So you definitely want to identify gaps. And it's not just these are empty spaces between these two, but there's gaps of the close to the open. Look, usually at color changes, you can see gaps. I have a whole teaching and training on gaps, so I won't go into that now. But check, there's a video on my YouTube channel about using gaps for more profits. It's a recent video. I put that up maybe less than a month ago. It's there. Maybe take a check. But this is Google, or Google, I've been calling it. That's not its name. Okay, that's Google. Google pays better. Google pays better. Let's go to Procter & Gamble. Procter & Gamble is on the bearish list. It's for call credit spread. It's on the bearish list. Even though it's been coming right back out of this zone here, it's on the 50-week moving average. It's showing up as bearish. Well, we do see Procter & Gamble. If we look back here, we've got down lower highs here. Well, we got resistance at 169. I have Procter & Gamble at 170 as the trade for a call credit spread. Call credit spread. See, 76% probability out of the money. On the call credit spread side, I'm over here to the left. 170, right? So we can change it to 170, 172.5. And it's collecting about $30, a little bit more than the 10% that we'd like to go for. That is Procter & Gamble 170, 172.5. Let's go look at Ross. Ross Dress for Less. Ross Stores, or Ross Dress for Less. I think they changed it from Ross Dress for Less to just Ross Stores. I believe they changed their name. Okay. See what's down here in our supports area, even though it is on the bearish list. So it's also set for a call credit spread. Go get the finger, bring this gap over. It has yet to be filled. Okay, this one here, this gap here did get filled. I have, well, what do I have? Oh, 148. I have 148 as the strike. And Selena, right here, you got this gap here. And so we know that the gap will provide resistance, especially the other side of it. Once it's filled, it can turn back and do what it's going to do. So getting a strike above this, the other side of the gap is quite, might be wise. Sometimes if the gap is too big, it won't push through the gap, but so fast if it's a big gap. But that one's could potentially, get got. We got a plus minus 3.6, so puts us up about 147. And I've got 147 as 80% probability out of the money. Yep. Ding, ding, ding. 147 and 148. Now it's paying $30. That's a 30% return. 30% return on that. 147, 148. That one deserves a star. Yes, that one deserves a star. All right. 147, 148 on Ross. Oh, you know what? I got 148. I think let me delete this. I picked 148, 149, which that shows it don't pay nothing. That ain't right. That ain't right, because the next one up will show $7. So that means between 30 and 7 is something in the middle here. In the middle of it. Something's in the middle. right? I probably would still go with 147 personally. All right. Verizon. I think I saw that Ward had said something about Verizon. Let me see what I got for the numbers on Verizon. Nope. Okay, you can go back away. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Verizon is also on the bearish list. We've got some resistance right here in the 41 and some change area. Some more resistance in the 42 and some change area. And then we've got 42.98 is part of this gap. Let me go put the gap on here so we'll know that there's some more of it that's not yet done. The gap is from the close of one candle to the open of the next candle. And then you pull back off of any price action that has already been gone through, which puts us about right there. The gap is between 42.90 and 43.70. So about an 80-cent gap is still up there. But we've got some resistance between here in the gap, so we should be able to find us a close strike. Should be able to find a closer strike. Let's go to single call credit spread side. 85% probability out of the money is at 41.5. 41.5. So let's go with that. 41.5, 42.5. I widened these gaps to make them. Okay, I picked the wrong one. I wanted 41.5. And then 42.5, so that way I can make it into a one spread, but that's only paying $4. Not interested in $4. Okay, as Cardi B says, okay, we're not interested in that at all. So let's see what the single, we got two options in this case. The 41 is a 70% probability of the money. That's closer than many people are going to want to go. So leave that where it is. What you can do is say, okay, I still like 41.5. I still like this strike. I don't like the money though. So if you like the strike, but you don't like the money, then you put in the money, you change this price here, you put in the money that you do like. And then you let it just work. Price may come up to it. It might do its thing. And then it'll pick up. All right. All right. Mr. West, I think I see your comment. Tanya said, I didn't think it was that much of a difference. What, for Google? I'll look at Johnson & Johnson and 26. I don't know what 26 is. Don't know what that is. Okay. Okay. I was looking at Verizon because Verizon is on the, isn't Verizon on the call credit spread list? I see you said 26. Let me make sure I didn't pick it off the wrong list. Yeah, Verizon is 41.5 is what I get when I looked at it. Yeah, 41.5, 42.5. All right. Johnson & Johnson looks like 220. J&J. Let's go. My husband used to work at Johnson & Johnson making, what are those things called for your eyes? Contact lenses. Right here in Jacksonville, they have a plant where they make contact lenses. Okay. $159.97 I see. 161 I see. This 159 one is also going to have a little bit of a zone there. And there's some support or resistance now at 157 and some change. Johnson & Johnson, I think I said 200. That it couldn't be 200. That would be far away. Let's go over here and see what we see on. No. Oh, okay. 157.5. 157.5. 75% probability out of the money. But it's got a plus minus 2. I'm surprised Johnson & Johnson doesn't move more. It must be a dividend stock. Is Johnson & Johnson a dividend stock? 157.5. It's paying $35, Mr. West. Tyson's opponent is 26. Oh, yeah, no. And he's 58. Must be the money. Show me the money. Yeah, definitely start watching Google, Tanya. Okay, let's go see us some iron condors. We're going to look at UNH. UNH is in the 600s. 615 is the price. Big old gap here that needs to be annotated. This was a gap back here that got partially filled. It went all the way up to here. Well, let me now figure out why did that move like that? Okay, so now part of the other part over here on this end got filled, but all of this is still waiting to be filled. This little section right here means that price didn't go in there. Okay. 590. I've got 605 and 630. This is an iron condor because it's showing it's been in this zone for a minute, but it did jump up with everything else and it's got a little movement going, but it's also bumped right into that broadening formation and it pulled back. I've got 630 as a call credit spread strike. And 605, I believe it's a put credit spread. Like I said, it's a 5 spread. Okay, so 75 is 605 is 75% on the put credit spread side, and 630 is 79% probability to have the money on the call credit spread side. All right, so let's go look at what kind of money we can pull in. 605 is paying $80. Okay, that is more than 10%. That's about 15, a little bit more than 15% actually. So 15% on one side, taking in $80. And then 630, 635 is another $75. So you're taking in $150 on a 5 spread. That's a 30% return overall. 30% return in the iron condor. Yeah. Okay. That's what we got for UNH. Now we're going to look at XLU, utilities, the utility sector. Utilities. Okay, we've got our support down here at 77. We've got some resistance up here at 79, 88, 79, and some change. Okay. There's a bit of support right there. I guess I could have just moved that line to right here. 78 and some change is there. There's a gap up here that has yet to be fully filled from the close to the open of the next candle and then pull back off the wick a bit. All of this from $80.50 all the way to $80.99. So about 40 cents is that gap there. About 40 cents. Got some resistance up here at 82. Okay, let's look at what numbers do we have. I got 81 and 78. 78 here, there's some support, and then 80, did I say 80? 81. 81 is above the top of this gap. Let's go look at it. Put credit spread side, 77.578. I changed this to a 1 spread, $11 on that one side. $11 on one side, and then you go to 81 on the other side. 81, turn that into 81.82. That's only $2. Nope, we don't put in stuff for $2. So put in what you want in here. I'll change it up to 11, and then I put in good till canceled. If the market moves enough to pick it up, then good. If it doesn't, then no. Okay, let me say this. I meant to say this before. I'm putting in these trades tonight because we're on this call, but it's not really the best thing to do to put on call credit spreads when the market is closed. You really need to have the market open and you need to be able to see price action before you make your selection. Okay. before you make your selection. Yes, UNH moves 12. What were you saying about it moving 12? That we would make sure that we were 12 or so above or below. It shows here the plus minus. The IV number is 16. That puts us at 600. I had us at 605, right? 600 and then 630. I had 605 and 630. Those were the ones I had. Let's look at TJ Maxx. TJ Maxx. It might be better to do 600. Might be a little more comfortable to do 600 on UNH if you were going to do that. That way you would be outside of the 15-point move of the implied volatility. This is TJ Maxx. Alrighty, so there's a little bit of a gap right there. Close to the open, that's very little, and it's been okay. So 112. This is iron condor again, all the way up to 118. I got 120 and 115. So 115 really down in here because there's some resistance or support in this area here as well. 115 and 120 is what I have for TJ Maxx. 115, $11. I'm gonna add me another $1. 115 is $11 or $12, and 120 call credit spread side $14. I'm gonna put me one more dollar on it. So if we got 12 and 15, we're gonna take in $27 for a one spread. That's a really good return. $27 on a one spread. That's a good return on TJ Maxx. We did Johnson & Johnson. I think that might have been everybody. It might have been all the ones that we had on our list. Let's swing back to see if we got anything else we thought we might have decided we were interested in. Where'd you go? Where did you go? Oh, there it is. Turn back on the slideshow. We did a bunch of them. We didn't do IWM. We didn't do IWM. I want to do that. Okay, one more. IWM, not IWN. Here we go. IWM had this big old jump, but IWM will get to a place and then we'll just hang out in that spot. So maybe see how it just got up here and it's just kind of hovering. We'll see, because it might come back through this gap because it left a lot of room down here in this gap. It needs to come on back to it, come on back and get at this gap. But it's above this gap, so it might use this as some support at 236. What did we say IWM was? IWM, I got 233. 233 on the put credit spread because it is bullish. It's bullish. Friday, 233. Paying $19. $19 between here and Friday. At 233, okay? Definitely want to decide which of these you like. Maybe pick one or two, pick 4 or 5, leverage your, if it's a one spread. I do, we're getting more comfortable with our 2.5 spreads, aren't we, girls? Get more comfortable with our, Mr. Matt, sorry, we got more than just girls because Jamie's here too. And Walt is not Walt. Ward is here. We got some guys. Anyway, I know Tanya was like, I want to do 2.5 because I want more money, but I don't want to put 2.5. I totally get that. But the 2.5s are returning better premiums. And I know the 5 spreads, Janae likes those 5 spreads too, returns more premiums. So we're doing that. We're doing it. We're doing it well. Okay. Everybody's doing great. I'm loving it. So Chart and Trade, you all know, is open for registration, and we're starting tomorrow evening at 7, right? If you are in my community or get any email from anything you've ever bought from me, I mean, if you bought anything from me, you should be getting my emails. And the emails kind of outlines all the stuff that we're doing in Chart and Trade, what the plan is, what the schedule is. As I said in my emails, you could join Chart and Trade at the price that it is right now, which I want to say is like $78-$79. Or you really can join the membership and then be able to have access to everything. Because if you just join Chart and Trade at just the payment price, and if you want replays and if you want to come to the Q&A sessions and all, that's going to be an extra fee. All right. But if you just join the membership, and then you can do all the stuff. If you're a member of mine, you get to come to all the stuff that I do. I take my members everywhere I go. So any program I run, the members get to go with me. We just hang out in there too with whoever else is learning, along with those who are in my membership, because we're all still learning. Or, even if you're in the membership, means you're still learning too. So that's what's happening with Chart and Trade. We've got 6 weeks of this. The first week is going to be, we're starting with the basics. When charting foundations, options, basics, we're going to start there because charting is foundational. Week 2, we're going to go a little bit deeper into some won't get us too deep into indicators or charting patterns and stuff, because I think we'll still be kind of chewing on some stuff from week 1, but we will move forward. Week 3, we're going to introduce some option trading strategies. That's going to be week 3. All right. Week 4, we will have some more option trading strategies. Really, we're going to get into credit spreads on week 4 and risk management. And then week 5, we'll combine these things together. And then week 6, how do we scale this up? And we will be done by Christmas. Okay, we'll be done by Christmas. We're going to adjust our meeting on Thanksgiving week, but we're going to be done before Christmas. Okay. Latanya says, yes, like the premiums trying to get to at Janae level. You listen, you well on your way, sis. You are well on your way. The live sessions for Chart and Trade are going to be held on Thursday evenings at 7. I'm also going to do, for those who do VIP or for after, if you do VIPs, we're going to have that, like after those sessions, we'll do like Q&As and that kind of thing. And I'm thinking I'm going to have like a power hour session on Saturday mornings, just kind of give you something to study on the weekends. Why? Because the weekends is the time when you do a lot of, so you should do a lot of studying and things on your trading. And when you're not working, if you don't work on Saturday, those are the times that you can spend a little more time studying and getting yourself prepared. But you can go to Chart Your Way to 100K, Chart Your Way to 100K, and jump in on that at the current price. HTTP chart your way to 100k.com. Here we go, .com. All right. If you want to join us over there, why is that thing? I'm hiding behind my name. That's weird. It's got me, Jamie, if you're watching this has me hiding behind my name in the little square. You can't see me. I have to go. Hello up there. Can you all see me? I have to look around it. Hello. I'm looking at myself. Okay. Our calendar. This is our calendar for November. It's got a lot of stuff on it. This is the stuff that we're doing in Educator to Trader. Lots of things. Many of these things are open to the public, but several of them are not. So we've got our starting tomorrow, we've got our 9:20 phone call, Monday, Wednesday, Friday session, pre-market. The Chart and Trade kickoff is tomorrow at 7 p.m. And then the first session is Thursday. We also have Saturdays listed here. And some things are just happening. We got our YouTube lives on Sundays, the morning calls. These are the things that we have going. This is our updated calendar. If you're in the membership, then you should be able to see this calendar inside of the Telegram. Okay. I put this, don't let FOMO get you. This is what came out. I put out when the election results came out, because we had people who was the market started to run a bit, and folks, it gapped up. Let me go. And then you realize that even though it gapped up, it hit a spot and came right on back down. Right, it pulled back a bit. It didn't stay down there long, but it did pull back a bit that day, just a bit. Okay. So we talked about the things that are coming next week, the meetings. We've got CPI and PPI on Wednesday and Thursday. We've got retail sales on Friday. We've got FOMC member. Powell is going to speak on Thursday as well, Thursday afternoon. Those are all landmines. All right. So be very careful there. Tomorrow's volume may be a little low just because the market is open, but the banks and stuff are closed. But we found that the market will do what it's going to do. It does its own thing. It don't really care what's going on. So trade what you see is our mantra. Trade what you see. All right. Trade what you see. We looked at our earnings. We talked about chart and trade. If you got any questions or whatever from me, definitely you can send me an email. You can, reply to a comment here. If you're in any of my Telegram groups, you can send a message and I'll respond. All right. So I want you all to have a great evening. Jamie will be on. We will be on in the morning at 9:20. 9:20. Okay. I will see you all in the morning. Hasta mañana. Goodbye, everybody. We're going to stay green and we're going to get this Monday. All right. Goodbye, everyone. Bye-bye.